Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get promoted at Firestone. It's been a while since I uploaded my last video. It's been like 200 and some odd days now, so almost a year. I guess not almost a year, a little over half a year. Sorry, I guess. I've just been busy with work. I got promoted to Ctec, so I'm not a Lube tech anymore. I'm now flat rate and I work 50 hours a week. So today I thought it would be fitting to talk about how to get promoted. I got promoted in 6, 7, 8 months, something like that. I got promoted in April of this year, so April 2020, March or April 2020. And I've been a Ctec since then, so I've been a Ctec for about half a year now. So I thought I'd be able to help people out on if they were looking to move up from a Lube tech to a Ctec at Firestone. I thought I'd be able to help out here. So yeah, that's what today's topic is about. To start out, I'm going to be going over the categories as like Lube tech to Ctec, Ctec to B/A tech. Alright, so one thing you need to know about moving from a Lube tech to a Ctec is you can move up at any point in time. You pretty much just have to go up to your manager and say, hey, I'm ready to be a Ctec, and it's dependent on whether or not they think you are ready. They're not going to just send you in if they think you're not going to be able to flag the hours, but they'll gladly move you up at any point in time. One thing you should know before you go and try to move up to a Ctec is you're going to need to know how to do basic repairs. And by basic repairs and basic maintenance stuff, I'm going to give you some examples of what I think you should know before you try to move up to Ctec. And I'm not saying this is going to be everything you're going to need to know as you're a Ctec. This is just the basics to get you up to Ctec, and then you'll learn from there. Alright, so you're basically going to have to know your oil changes, which you should already know because you're a Lube tech. You should already know how to do your oil changes, low profile tire installs, and just regular tire installs. And you should know how to do alignment checks at least. You should be able to know how to do brake fluid exchanges at this point, coolant exchanges, transmission fluid exchanges, differential fluid exchanges. You're going to be working on steering and suspension parts, so you'll be working on ball joints, tie rod ends, control arms, struts, shocks, and calipers, brake pads, rotors, wheel bearings, CV axles. You're going to be working on all steering and suspension aspects of a vehicle. So at least have basic knowledge of what those parts are and how to find those parts on a car. You don't have to know how to remove them or anything really, just basic knowledge of where they are on the car and what it takes to remove them. Like like a wheel bearing. Say you got a wheel bearing, you should already know that you're going to have to take off the caliper, the rotor, remove the axle nut to get that wheel bearing off there. And then just basic repair knowledge is what you should know when you're going from a Lube tech to a Ctec. You're going to be working on the hardest thing, the most advanced things you're going to be working on as a Ctec is, I would say, maybe CV axles. Drum brakes are kind of confusing because they got the springs and everything. Maybe valve cover gaskets, just because you got to get that gasket on and have it seat properly. You're not supposed to be doing spark plugs as a Ctec technically to the corporation, but some Ctecs will do spark plugs. I do spark plugs, so that's, I guess, complicated. 4 cylinders are super easy. 6 cylinders are pretty complicated. You gotta take off the exhaust or intake sometimes, and you're gonna have to know how to work on the cooling system. Like say a thermostat comes in, you're gonna have to know how to change a thermostat, a radiator, a hose, pretty much anything with a cooling system. Things you're not going to be doing as a Ctec is like engine diagnostics, AC performance checks, unless you have your AC certification, which you'll have to start working on AC work, because they won't let you write your name on a ticket if you don't have that certification, because the company can get in trouble because you're not certified to be working on AC and Freon. Moving up, well, I guess one other thing is you're going to have at least the basic tools. Your air gun, torque sockets, metric sockets, impact, deep impact, swivel sockets, extensions, diangle grinder will help, and some other tools. I'll go over all the tools that I have. I'll do a toolbox review eventually once I get my phone up and running again. So moving on to C to B/ATech, what they're looking for is 5+ years of experience, with at least 2 ASEs as far as I know, to move up to a B-Tech, and that's the brakes ASE and the steering and suspension ASE. Those are the 2 ASEs you're going to need to move up to a B-Tech. As far as that's just what I have been told and what I have seen. It's honestly not that hard. It just takes experience. Once you're a Ctec, you're kind of in the tech world and you move up as you go. And this isn't, what I'm telling you might not work for a dealership. What I'm telling you has worked for me at Firestone, and that's the base knowledge of my experience is independent shops. I have never worked at a dealership, so don't take my word as God sent, for dealerships or anything, because I don't know what I'm talking about with dealerships. I can try to give you basic knowledge, but that's the best I can do, just because I've only worked at Firestone and an independent shop, so that's the best I can do. So once you hit B/ATech, with those 2 ASEs, you're going to be working on diagnostics, electrical work, pretty much all aspects of a car. You're going to have to know how to work on. You're going to have to know how to diagnose a problem on a vehicle and solve the problem. And there's not much more you can go up to after being a B or A Tech at Firestone. B and A Techs are pretty much the same exact thing. A Techs will handle a little bit more complex work, and they'll be the person that the B and C Techs go to, and they'll also be the person that takes care of the problems that the C and B Techs can't figure out. So if a C Tech can't figure a problem out, they'll send it out to the A Tech, and they'll be able to figure that problem out. I guess the next step up would be getting all your ASEs and becoming a master technician, ASE master technician, because those are highly praised at Firestone, just because you have the tests and the experience, and now you are a master tech, and you're going to be working on everything that comes into the shop. Everybody's pretty much going to be coming to you and asking you questions, and you're going to be taking up the dirty work, which is the work that no one else wants or no one else can figure out. That's pretty much all I got. I don't know anything about the front end, so I'm sorry. Can't really help out with that. If you know something about the front end, leave it in the comment section below. Let me know what your role is at Firestone, whether you're a tech, a lube tech, a service manager, tire manager, just service writer or manager. Let me know if this video has been helpful to you, and let me know how long it took you to move up to a technician at Firestone or even at the dealership. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you want to see more Firestone content or car content in general, subscribe. Thank you guys, and peace out.